Umpire holds aloft the ball for the start of the final term. 13 points of difference in favour of Bannockburn. It's going to be Dylan and Andy Reuter. Dylan goes up, Reuter gets it down. Gibson tries to break free, can't get the footy free. Reuter's in there on hands and knees, goes to Egan, handball out to a call from Perkins. Perkins has got it. Dale Purcell comes at him, holds him, drops the footy, goes back towards Gibson who followed it up, did well. Right foot kick high towards centre half forward. Hayes behind, keeps his ground. That's a push, said the umpire. And it's going to be
good decision, man in front.
Going to be David White at half back. Short little kick to Delahan, takes the mark. Now Delahan goes towards centre half for Tyquin. Into the sun, good mark, takes it. Andy Hill's got the job on Tyquin by the looks of it now. Goes to the left boot, the lead's on. Long lead from Andrews, too much pace for Stefanovski. Great mark.
You're right what you said in the third quarter, Laurie. When he's hot, he's hot, this fella.
Look, I've seen him play a lot at Lyric, and when he's got that touch, he's hot. That was a magnificent mark. I mean, I'd have thought to see a better mark anywhere in football than that.
3 goals he's kicked. And he'll be lining up for goal number 4 from 40 metres out on the right side for a left footer.
And when he's hot, he doesn't miss many either, I'll tell you.
Might have just missed that one.
Yes, he has. They keep us in suspense, these goal umpires. 13-10-88 now, Bannockburn. East Geelong, 12-2-74. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. A minute and a half gone.
Stefanovski looks for a little short chip. He's found Peters, but, well, they're under a bit of pressure, East Geelong, all of a sudden, because the Thompson zone defence has worked pretty well there. Bannockburn's done well. Comes to centre wing. Oh, off hands there. Lincoln East picks it up on the left foot. Well, the ball was just a fraction too short for the leading Andrews, was it?
Yep.
He's come well out, but such is his mobility that when he gets on a lead, he can get 30, 40 metres out very, very quickly. Ball now out of bounds, half forward flank for Bannockburn. Stefanovski does the ruck work, taps it towards Phil Egan. Intercepting there was Marcus. Handball to nowhere. Well, good body work in there by Lincoln East for Bannockburn, and I think the East Geelong players are tending just to have a little bit of a look at the moment, Laurie. They're not as positive at the ball as they were early.
Yeah, good comment, Eric.
Ball at centre half forward now, the umpire with it. A lot of players around the ball. Ross Dillon probably made the difference in the third quarter, beaten on that occasion by Reuter. Only comes to Colliger. Colliger, a little left foot chip over the top. Ronnie Pilgrim, well, I reckon he's going to, the touch was there, but I think it's an Academy Award performance, and Ronnie be pretty proud of that one, I'd imagine, but he's got the free kick, and was probably a shade too far out to kick a goal, but having said that, Ronnie Pilgrim is a wizard where the goals are concerned, and who knows. He's certainly very positive about his approach to it. So Ron Pilgrim with the man on the mark at about 50, and well, he's taking a lot of time over it. Now about to move in. Ron Pilgrim. Well, he's had a go at the big torpedo. He's right across the face of goal. Oh, Tyquin, I think, had the ball in the hands, flicks a little handball up, and gee, it's desperate defence there by Peters on hands and knees in the goal square on the goal line. And well, the goal umpire took it, at least the central umpire took his eye off that, probably put down after he kicked the ball, Peters. But the mark taken on half-back flank for East Geelong, that looked like Rundle. He's gone to centre wing, and Broome pushes the ball off the hands there of O'Connor, who seems to have faded in the second half, brilliant in the first half, and well, perhaps as a few of the East Geelong players have, but the ball's now out of bounds between centre wing and half forward flank for Bannockburn, right in front of the players' change room here. Ball thrown in. Well, players not able to handle it now. It stacks on the mill. Well, the umpire's given them time. Great tackle there by Tyquin. The ball falls clear to Phil Egan. He has a bounce. He's inside, just outside 50. Kicks it high in the air. It's close to the boundary. Hill, well, probably a lack of talk from the East Geelong defenders there. Andy Hill on his own, really, but he chose to put it over the boundary line with both fists. So, really, Laurie, they're under more pressure than they've been for a couple of weeks, East Geelong, and it's starting to show.
Well, that was a good indication, Eric. Hilly should have grabbed that, probably look for handball and try and switch the play around here and try and kick a goal. They're 13 points down. There's no good just doing that. That's not going to win the game for them.
Down to throw in, Reuter, backhanded towards Dave Peters at half-back. Nothing to kick to, so he kicks along the boundary line. Gets a push after he got rid of the footy, so it'll be down the field. Sean Rundle will take it at half-back.
There's no run from East all of a sudden. No one going.
He goes long towards Hayes. White makes up a bit of ground at front. Matty Pilgrim and Luke Thompson can't keep it in.
You guys watch the footy. We've got a bit of a melee behind the play. I don't think Shawnee Peters was too wrapped in the tackle of Shane Andrews, and took the umpire quite some time to realise it was going on. I think they were in with the crowd.
Boundary throw in. When the ball comes back, it's on just on the attacking side of centre wing, on the Social Club side of the ground. Thrown in now, off hands towards Gibson. Quick kick out of the pack towards half forward. Which way is it going to bounce? Is Matty East going to be able to keep it in? Yes, he is. And lopes away, left foot kick back towards half back. Great kick to Troy Colliger, and he takes the mark. Plays on quickly his handball towards Dylan. He's got Broom in support, so he gives it to him on his left boot. Left foot kick towards Tyquin. Can't take the mark. Stefanovski against him. They played for it. Tyquin played for a free kick. Didn't get one. Senjov, handball, puts Williams under pressure. Did well, though. Got back on the left boot over the head of Reuter, though, and the big man can't turn around. And it's a bit tired, the old Ranger, isn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't as mobile then as he perhaps could have been.
But in the first half, they were finding their targets with those short kicks, Eric, and their handballs. They're just not finding it. They're panicking a little bit. There was a panic kick from Gibson over there as well.
Ball back into play. Marcus is there. Matthew East as well over the top. Marcus does well to rip him off the footy and get a kick away towards centre half forward. Hayes got a hand to it. Senjov's there also, and Thompson. Broom gets a clearing kick towards Dylan. Williams up. Oh, Williams did well. Backed himself. Probably should have punched if he was playing defence. So there's going to be a blood rule. It's David Peters who's coming off with the blood rule. So we'll have to have a break in play and wait for Shields to come on. And you don't want to hear what's happening at Shell Stadium. Geelong's only 5 points up against the Crows. Oh.
Don't tell me.
Williams on centre wing now. Goes to the right boot towards half forward. Holds up. Walker from behind. Delahan to the front. Matty Pilgrim roved it. Gave it to David White. Ran across half back. Drills it towards Ross Dillon. Has to make up a bit of ground, the big man. He's a left footer, so he might want to turn around and get back onto that left boot. Does so now. Goes towards half forward. Tyquin up against Stefanovski. Punch away again. Jacko does well on that occasion. Needed a rover. Didn't have one. And Bannockburn did. Lincoln East is there. He's got Connors inboard. But good tackle. Got the kick away somehow. Goes towards Brett Harding. Holding the ball. He got rid of the footy.
That's crap, umpire. You've got to impede the player. At no stage was he impeded.
Well, I think he might have got caught up in the old ball call over there from the Social Club.
I think so. I think it was a social free kick there, I think.
But the free kick's going back to Lynch for East Geelong. Goes towards centre wing. Hayes tries to tap it on. Connors is there also. Off hands and out of bounds for a throw-in on centre wing. It's 13-10-88. Bannockburn, East Geelong 12-74. If my memory serves me correct, I think they've scored 1 goal, 2 since half-time, the Eagles. So not a lot of scoring by them. And they're behind at the moment by 14 points. Back of the pack now for the ruck contest. Egan, short little handball to Matty East, who's been very good in the second half. Goes along towards full forward. Hill backs himself. And does he take the mark? No, so the umpire breaks away. Handball towards Stefanovski. Can he get past Tyquin? No, he can't. Gets a push in the back, does he? No, he doesn't. Williams is there in support. He's hassled off the ball as well. Luke Thompson, they got the numbers though, and should be able to clear away somehow. He goes now with the right boot long towards Senjov. He's surrounded by Tigers. He has to take the mark, and he does on centre wing on the outer side.
But there's no runners here now. Here they're coming out, you.
Senjov with the footy for East. As Laurie said, looking for someone up forward. He's gone to centre half forward. Oh, Mick Turner from behind takes the big mark over the top there of Craig Spores on the ground. He plays on with a handball to Colliger wide to centre wing. Well, Lincoln East, if it had been a plum pudding, would have splashed all over his face. I think it went straight through his arms on the chest and off his fingers. It's over the boundary line. In front of the East Geelong interchange bench there on the southern side here of Richmond Crescent. In comes the footy. Reuter used the body, grabs the footy off one step, kicks it forward for East Geelong. Senjov runs onto it, grab without it, play on to the umpire. Matty Pilgrim gets the handball forward, only as far there as Luke Thompson for East Geelong. His left foot kick is high, wide and handsome and out of bounds on the full. Ensuing free kick will go to, is that Matty East over there? In amongst the crowd there, a bit difficult to see on the south side of Richmond Crescent. But Matty East, left footer, plays on there. Well, he's got it pretty high, looking for a bit of bruise. There's not too much up there, but the man in front was Wayne Tyquin. But magnificent roving by Delahan there. Drives it long to the full forward position. Andrews almost takes the mark, comes to ground. Dale Purcell for East Geelong grabs it. Wild kick towards the centre. Well, luck's a fortune. It bounced into the arms there of Senjov. Off the left foot, it's gone off the edge side of the the boot. A terrible bounce there has probably been to the benefit of Sean O'Leary. Kick off the ground. The boundary umpire's about 75 metres behind. No way he could give it out on the full, but got some support there from the goalie, and the ball is out of bounds. Now between half forward flank and forward pocket, this time for East Geelong, kicking to the western end. Well, one behind. I think Bannockburn have kicked in the last quarter. The only score in the quarter for 10 minutes, so a pretty tight quarter. From the tap down, it came there to Gadd. Delahan attacked the footy, takes a strong chest mark high in the air for Bannockburn. Drives it wide to the wing, and Tyquin. He's done very well since going to centre half forward. Takes the mark. He's got Chops Connors in the middle, but Reuter intercepts there. Great work by the big man. Runs on, kicks the footy to half forward. Not such a good kick. Matty Pilgrim can't take it, but David White can. Well, he went to kick it, dropped it. Now he's in a bit of bother because Spores comes pretty hard at him, but the footy's still in dispute, and finally Chucks Connors, well, intercepted again by Shane Hayes from 45 metres out. He's put the foot at the footy, and from the crumbs, Sean O'Leary has kicked it off the ground, and he's kicked his fourth, and gee, the Bannockburn defenders were pretty wild with themselves there. However, the score is on the board. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboards 13 goals to 80. East Geelong, but they trail Bannockburn 13-10-88, and that's 11.5 minutes, final quarter.
It's tough going though, isn't it, Laurie? It took them a while to get it, and still then they had to fight pretty hard for it, didn't they?
Well, a bit unfortunate. Sean probably should have got one a couple of minutes ago. He got a off break, and he thought it was a leg break, and came back and probably should have swooped on that one as well, but that's a handy goal. They've got to find a little bit more now.
Back in the middle, Reuter gets it down to O'Connor. Great smother though. Back to Gunn, held on to the umpire, and it's going to be Colliger with the free kick in the middle for Bannockburn.
That was a crucial free kick.
Yeah, they were away, weren't they? Colliger goes towards centre half forward. Punch away by Stefanovski over the back of Tyquin again. Lynch, who's quietened Harding since he's gone there, but great tackle, Brett Harding. Tyquin's there again, helped out by Harding. Leave it behind Stefanovski. Clearing kick towards centre wing. Great play, Jacko. Uses all his experience to go wide. White attacks it. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. And it will be a boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Bannockburn in front of the Social Club on the southern side of the ground here at Richmond Crescent. 12.5 minutes gone, 13-10-88 Bannockburn, and East Geelong 13-2-80. 8 points of difference. Delahan from the back of the contest goes towards Colliger, handball to Matty East. Look at him just loping around on the left boot. Great pay towards Andrews, can't take the mark. Round into Purcell, falls towards Ronnie Pilgrim. Ronnie's usually pretty good in this situation. Can he get away from Hill? No, he can't. That's dropping the footy.
No,
he punched it away. Can he kick the goal now? No, he can't. And 3 for 1 behind to Ron Pilgrim. 3 goals to his tally. 13-11-89 now Bannockburn. East Geelong 13-2-80. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 13 minutes gone, and Andrew Hill's not looking the best there.
Could have almost got a free kick, Ronnie, because he punched the ball away, then he was impeded. The bloke didn't let him go.
I've seen worse than that played holding the ball.
I've seen some worse decisions, I've got to tell you. So Stefanovski with the footy at fullback for East Geelong. Well, kicking.
He'd be lucky to see anybody, I reckon.
That's right, he's kicking into the sun. He's gone for the chip pass, and he's found Rundle deep in the back pocket. Just took the mark there ahead of young Harding, but the little chip has found Luke Thompson for East. Goes towards centre wing. Well, Ronnie, good use of the body there, but good work there by Matty East again. Eludes a couple of opponents. Handball over the top to Ronnie Pilgrim. He's got a player out wide in Delahan. He drives to the lead in the forward pocket. Off hands. That's Marcus can't take the mark. He's run back into trouble. Gets a handball clear, looking for Luke Thompson. Very, very lucky, because I don't think he saw the player coming from behind, did he?
No, he didn't.
And East Geelong very fortunate to get the ball over the boundary line. 14 minutes, final quarter. 13-11 plays 13-2. Bannockburn in front. Ball thrown in half forward flank. Tyquin does the ruck work. Reuter gets it away over the top of him. Ball coming toward the boundary again. Flipped over the top to is that O'Connor? Yep. It is. He's gone very wide towards centre wing, and it's landed just inside the boundary line, and the boundary umpire on true centre wing will put the ball in once again.
He must have had blood on his jumper, I think, O'Connor, because he's got 58 on now instead of 24, so he's wearing 58. Ruck contest, centre wing, Reuter from behind, falls to the front of the pack, shuffles out to Egan, handball, further afield to Colliger. Heard that a few times today. Kick, Over the top towards East. In the middle, that's Lincoln East. Gets back onto the right boot. Goes towards half forward. Oh, they can raffle it. Oh, and they nearly did, and they lost the raffle because O'Connor has gone away. Holds it up now. Wants to go with the right foot. That was Tyquin and also Delahan. Goes to the middle. Colliger from behind. Great mark, Nappies. And he takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Gives it away to Dillon. Short little kick to Perkins. Sets it up. Purcell a little bit late. But Perkins has taken the mark. In the middle of the ground. Goes to the right boot. Williams. Can he chop it off? He gets a hand to it over the back. Ronnie Pilgrim usually swallows them. Can't do it on this occasion. Can he get away again? Yes, he can. Gets back on the right boot. Great vision. Fantastic vision to Brett Harding, but he can't take the mark. It runs away from him, and it's out of bounds next to the behind post in the right forward pocket for Bannockburn.
You don't often see Ronnie Pilgrim, where the goals are concerned, miss a pickup like that.
No, you don't.
Under a bit of pressure, I've got to say.
And I think Brett just forgot the bearings of the goals then. I think he left it. He probably should have swooped on that one and moved in there.
Boundary throw in. Tyquin and Stefanovski. Reuter from behind. Pushed to the side of the pack. Hill keeps in front. Got some support. You might need it too. Purcell leaves it behind as well. Oh, Tyquin again run into Ronnie Pilgrim. Smothered by Williams. Great play. Comes back towards him again. Kick off the ground. Goes towards Walker and Colliger. They both can't grab it. Now Colliger can. Breaks away. Geez, been good. Goes to the right boot across half forward. Numbers with Bannockburn again. Finds Lincoln East. Takes the mark. East now sets it up. He's got Andrews in short. Goes to the drainer and he takes the mark. 30 metres out directly in front.
This one could hurt, I think.
So Shane Andrews has kicked 3 goals, 1 this afternoon, lining up for goal number 4 from 30 metres out directly in front. So they're 9 points in front, Bannockburn. This would throw them out to 15. Comes in now. Left foot up. Oh, shocking kick. Hasn't even made the distance, I don't think. Reuters there. Lynch Harding was the only one who went for the footy. Turn around and puts it in a 10-metre square. 2 against 1. The Eagles with the numbers. Comes to the front of the pack again. Harding, Perkins, also Andrews fighting for it again. Tried to get the handball, the kick away. Couldn't do so. Handball back to Perkins off a step. Oh, his kick was shocking as well. And they might be able to clear the Eagles. Mark taken. And I think it might be Lynch in the last line of defence for the Eagles.
Certainly looking for somewhere to go, and gee, they need to be moving the ball East Geelong now. Goes wide to half-back flank. In front there, Hayes can't take the mark. Off hands, and great work, David White. And he's followed Hayes all the way down from centre half back to the position now. Hayes himself is half-back flank, so now moving back toward the centre half forward position. Out of bounds in front of the change rooms here. Ball comes in. Half forward flank for Bannockburn. Ross Dillon gets the tap back. Reuter picks up the crumbs. He kicks it toward the boundary. Hayes, well, just good body work, put David White out of the contest, but unfortunately the ball eludes them both and is out of bounds on centre wing again.
Eric, I think East Geelong their own menace at the moment. They're going far too close to the boundaries, and you know, if there's a contest and it goes over the boundary line, there's a throw in. They should try and direct it up the middle of the ground a little bit more.
Well, you can't score from the boundary, Laurie, can you?
Here's a chance to take it up the middle.
From the throw in, East Geelong go towards centre half forward. Mick Turner in front there of Craig Spores. Comes off hands. Out to Matty Pilgrim. Geez, under real pressure. Oh, there's another fine tackle.
Oh!
What chance did he have of getting rid of the ball? The player had absolutely no chance whatsoever. That's a disgraceful decision. And some of these blokes have never played footy, I'm sure of that. The kick for East Geelong, well, it's intercepted by David White in the back pocket. And David White for Bannockburn will relieve the pressure.
Half, Eric,
he's played a very good second half, hasn't he? Well, he's taken the punt. He's gone down the corridor. Colliger takes the mark, plays on. Bill Egan in the middle of the ground on his own. Takes one step, drives it long to centre half forward. Nobody there for Bannockburn or East Geelong for that matter. Brett Harding, well, he almost tackled too high, not seen by the umpire. Now the ball comes back by hand to Brett Harding. Great defensive work there by the East Geelong defenders, and now they're going to get away with it because the ball comes to Stefanovski at centre half back. Got nowhere to go, goes wide to the outer side. As Laurie's just said, probably not the right way for East Geelong to be going. However, Reuter retains possession for East, goes towards centre wing, but in good position there is Dillon. Kate, good defensive mark, Dillon. Oh, he's gone to Delahan, who's more in the corridor in the centre of the ground. Now Bannockburn got right across the ground, this time to Glenn Thompson. He plays on, he's kicked it to a lead on centre wing in front of our broadcast position in Mick Turner, and Turner of Bannockburn has taken the mark. He's got well, Phil Egan in the centre of the ground, and they're just able to create a bit of space at the moment, the Bannockburn players. Now there's players loose again. This fella can kick a footy. Will go long, and he does. Drives to over centre half forward. Well, Teichmann pushing the back, not paid by the umpire. This is the sealer.
Colliger.
Tapped into the arms of Colliger, runs into the goal square, and Troy Colliger's kicked his second. So that's Bannockburn's first, in fact, for the final quarter, but how important a goal that might well be. Bannockburn 14-11-95, lead East Geelong 13-80. That's 20 minutes gone, final quarter on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
Got some three-quarter time scores from other games. North Geelong 14-9-93 lead, Anarchy 5-5-35 quite comfortably. Corio 15-7-97 lead, Belmont Lions 9-13, 67 by 30 points. And Werribee 17-16, 1-19 lead, Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club 10-3-63 at three-quarter time. And Geelong are 8 points up with 2 minutes to go at Shell Stadium, so a close one down there again, back in the middle here. 15 the difference, going up early Dillon, Reuter gets it down, Gibson coming through, Senjov straight through the middle as well, back to Senjov again, handball, great to Hayes, he gets a kick away, wobbly punt, tumbling punt towards full forward, O'Leary in front, kept it in front as well, then tried to get a kick away, could have been a free kick I thought nearly, high, but no, Luke Thompson's there, needs a handball backwards towards O'Leary, soccer kick off the mid-air, going back towards goal, Turner's there, wants to see it through, does he? Yes, he pushed it through for a rush behind to the Eagles. They go to 13-3-81. Bannockburn 14-11-95. That's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 21 minutes gone. And it'll be Turner from full-back, goes short to Matt Pilgrim. Takes the mark in the right back pocket. Spores standing the mark.
Got nothing to go to now, though.
He's got Giles long. Perkins making a lead for him as well. Keep it short towards the boundary line on the cricket pitches. Finds Mick Turner.
They can take their time and pick the right option. They're in front.
That's right. Yeah, makes a difference, doesn't it?
Geelong by 7 points at Shell Stadium. Final score we'll get soon. Now up Hayes, off the pack, Reuter and Peters in there. Egan try to tap it through. Gibson gets it back only as far as Perkins. Perkins now goes towards centre half back. Colliger runs on, handball inboard to Matty East. Matty East now runs away from the middle, goes to centre half forward, in front Lynch. Well, back to back, and in front of Shane Andrews, took the mark, goes to the right foot kick towards Peters and Teichmann, and also Marcus. Teichmann stands his ground, gets a push in the back.
And 50.
Can't give that 50.
This umpire wouldn't know. You can't kick the ball away after the mark.
He hit it away. He didn't kick it.
Well, Teichmann's got the mark, free kick, what have you. It's in between wing and half forward, southern side of the ground. Measures the kick towards Steve Dallahan, takes the mark. Kick over the top towards Andrews, who goes up and takes the grab pretty close to the boundary line.
Chance to kick it from there.
Left footer.
They're finishing better, Bannockburn, aren't they, Laurie? They're just a bit more steady.
Yeah, they're a bit more steady, Eric. They're choosing the right options, not making very many mistakes, which is important. Andrews
miss to the far side, one behind to him. They go 14-12-96, Bannockburn, East Geelong 13-3-81. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 23.5 minutes gone.
Ball back with Stefanowski. Stefanowski about to bring the ball in at fullback.
So, John Stefanowski, wobbly punt, out long towards Hayes, off hands, Peters is there, also White, numbers with the Eagles. White does well to hold it up though, you have to be careful here. Is he holding the ball? No, said the umpire. And it will be a ball up just inside the centre square at centre wing. So, Hayes is down there. He'll be up against Dillon. Umpire throws the ball in the air. Hayes stands his ground, can't get an effective tap, tapped on towards Dillon again, packed back towards Walker. Short little kick, chopped off by Dallahan. Comes back to Marcus, left it behind. Dillon didn't, he handballed it. Back, they go back towards Dwayne Broome, off one step, left foot kick towards half forward. Lynch backs himself and does very well. Needs some support, threw it over towards Walker. He can turn around and give a handball or set Gibson up, got a high tackle. And it will take a free kick at half back. So,
Fair
Scotty
dinkum, I
Gibson.
wouldn't be very happy with my mate if he handballed to me like that.
Nah.
Fair dinkum, that's a hospital handball.
Handballs it off to O'Connor, has to come back though.
Probably a blessing in disguise, but Connor was running straight into trouble.
So, back with Scott Gibson and half back. Goes towards half forward, looking for Hayes again. Can't take the mark, off hands, needs a rover at the front, didn't have one. Connor's got it to Egan, he's handballed. Running through the middle, Giles, ripped off the footy though, back towards Walker. He tries to slap it back towards Gibson. Ronnie Pilgrim and Williams are there. Williams, oh, his handball going to be chopped off by Harding at half forward. He gives it to Lincoln East, who runs away, gets a great shepherd from Giles, and he can seal the game with a goal, open goal square. Which way's it going to bounce? Through for a goal. Lincoln East, first goal, and that's the 15th for Bannockburn. They go to 15-12-102, and they lead East Geelong 13-381 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 25.5 minutes gone.
Brett Harding down was cramped there on the flank, but what a lovely handball to go play going past, Laurie.
Yeah, no, he's a very creative player, Eric. He's probably a tad small in structure to say that he could go on and play, higher level of footy, but no, he's very, very instrumental in everything he does.
Ball back in the middle, 25, almost 26 minutes, final quarter. Up high Dillon, but Reuter gets the tap down. Delahan intercepts, but just pretty tight in the middle. Comes back to Reuter, off one step to centre half forward. DeLang now at centre half forward. He can't take the ball. Spores gets a handball over the head of players. Connors kicks the ball off the ground. Matty Pilgrim follows up. Well, too much pace there is Gunn for East Geelong, but he can't control the footy and forces it over the boundary line. Gunn's probably one of the players from East Geelong, faded out in the second half, Laurie, and there's been a few of those.
Oh, there've been quite a few, Eric. East Geelong, they've Bannockburn controlled the game, of course, since half time.
Yes, and
it's a funny game.
Doesn't it make a difference? Ball out of bounds, half forward flank for East Geelong, kicking to the western end this final quarter. Off hands, it comes to Phil Egan. He handballs along the boundary line. Connors can't control it. Probably a lack of talk there from the two East Geelong players, because they could have taken the footy, either Peters or O'Connor, but between them it's off hands and over the boundary line. So this time Bannockburn have gained 30 metres. It's now a half-back flank out of bounds, and it comes. DeLang gets a tap down. Connors over the top, the handball to Colliger. Handball to Phil Egan. Phil Egan kicks it high, wide and handsome. It's going to... Oh, well, that's I can't understand that. The Bannockburn player in Broome has got the free kick. Off one step goes to half forward. In good position is Dillon. Plays on quickly on the left foot, goes to full forward Andrews again, and my goodness, hasn't he had a very good second half at full forward. He's led Andy Hill and Mary Danson. Andy Hill probably one of the better defenders in the game, and great work there for the Bannockburn side from Shane Andrews, and he will take a kick 40 metres out directly in front, and if the game wasn't sealed before, a goal here would certainly seal it. 28 minutes coming up, final quarter. Shane Andrews on the left foot, moves in. Well, I think he's hooked it across to the right, and that's the case. So the kicking boot let him down. 3-3 for the day to Shane Andrews. But on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 15-13-103 Bannockburn. They lead East Geelong 13-3-81.
Stefanowski, short little kick into Reuter in the back pocket. He's kicked towards the boundary line, and Walker
once again in the boundary line.
and the boundary line wins. It'll be a throw in at half forward for the Tigers, right in front of the club rooms here at Richmond Crescent on the southern side of the ground. Reuter and Dillon. Reuter in front, takes it out of the ruck contest, tried to get the kick away. Kick by Colliger was smothered. Falls in the middle. Harding, there's the siren for full time. And those car horns are for Bannockburn, because they have won 15-13-103. They have defeated East Geelong 13-3-81 by 22 points. And the goal kickers for Bannockburn this afternoon: 4 to Brett Harding, 3 each to Ron Pilgrim and Shane Andrews, 2 each to Troy Colliger and Matthew East, and a single goal to Lincoln East. While for East Geelong, 4 to Shane Hayes, 4 to Sean O'Leary, 2 to Dave Peters, and singles to Marty DeLang, Andy Reuter, and to Nathan Murray. But in the end, it was 15-13-103 Bannockburn from a 30-point deficit at half-time. They've come back and defeated East Geelong 13-3-81 by 22 points. We'll take a break. Then we'll come back and have the final siren thanks to White Cross Healthcare. We'll have